Hey friend, hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Today, I love talking about mindset and there's a lot of like mindset coaches out there. There's a lot of books on mindset. I have been told that I talk about mindset in a way that is very different than most other people. And today I'm coming at you with huge mindset tip. Maybe it's an insight. Maybe this will give you an absolute new perspective on things. But I'd like to ask you, are you running away from something or are you running towards something? Meaning, are you running away from debt? Are you trying to just be debt free, or are you running towards a life of fulfillment? Are you running away from um, maybe feeling overweight, right? Running away from health problems? Or are you running towards being the best, healthiest version of you that you've ever been? Are you running away from, um, some things you're trying to avoid, or are you running towards the things that you most desire? The nuance here is minimal, but the results are like the Grand Canyon, right? And this is where mindset plays such a huge part in your journey. I talk with a lot of people specifically around like, business and mindset and, with communication and such, money. Um, and one thing that I hear often, and I lived this for a long time, but it was just like trying to get out of debt, running away from debt, right? What could I do to just live debt free? What can I do to just not have this debt lingering over? What happens is that when that's your focus, then once you get to that point of being debt free, life still doesn't feel fulfilled. You're asking yourself, like, well, what now? What's next? What to do? What is there to look forward to? And that's because you've been chasing the wrong thing. You've been running from something instead of running towards something. I made this mistake, not recognizing this with a lot of my clients when I first started coaching too. Focusing only on the getting rid of and not on like the what are we working towards, right? And um again, it plays such a huge part. This is your mindset. This is where you're fixated. If you're always trying to get away from something, that is scarcity, that's lack mindset, that's fixed mindset, and you're not going to feel the fulfillment and the joy and the satisfaction that you really are hoping to, because your brain is actually focused on getting away from something instead of working on something, working towards something. It's like that old, cliche, right? Your rear view mirror is really small for a reason. Like your windshield is much bigger. So if you're only focused on this little mirror, right, you're going to miss everything that's out there. That's exactly the cliche, right, that explains this. Are you, running from something, or are you running towards something? Are you so focused on the rearview mirror and that little thing in your past, or are you focused on what is ahead of you and what are you excited about? What do you desire? What do you want to create? What's your vision? What are your values? So I would ask you this Monday, I would ask you, any day, to really be thinking about what are you running away from and what then can you run towards instead. See how your mindset starts to shift. See how your actions start to adjust. See how your reaction to things changes when you start to focus on the future and what you're running towards instead of what you're trying to leave in the past. I'd be really curious to know. So, happy to continue this conversation in the comments. So, let me know, did this spark something for you? What came up for you when you heard this? And as always, I will just say, these are meant to maybe open a perspective, um, create an insight for you, something that you hadn't thought of before, because it's likely it might change something drastically in your future. And if not for you, then maybe for somebody else. So if you found this to be interesting, send it to somebody else that might find it interesting as well. And with that, I will say goodbye for now, friend. I will see you next Monday.